Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure to subscribe so you have a chance to win. This is my first time filming back-to-back days since the channel came out. I always only filmed on shipping days, and if you watched last video, I mentioned that I will be pulling orders as they come in, and surprise, surprise to me, I've made videos with less orders in it over multiple days than I have from filming yesterday and today. That sounds confusing the way I worded that. All I'm saying is overnight I had some decent sales. So let's go ahead and pull those. Don't know if there will be more today. Don't know how the video is going to work out, but we're going to figure that out together. First thing going out is a VHS, a super creepy looking one. Pinocchio's Revenge, which is this one right here. And I got these from my buddy Mikhail, who's been sending me some of his basically overflow that he can't handle. He said, hey, I'm gonna donate it because I've got too much stuff to get rid of. You pay the shipping, I'll send you boxes, and they have been working out pretty good. This one right here, there was a couple of them. They're like, I don't know. They weren't meant to be sold in stores. They weren't meant to be rental copies. So I'm not sure if it was like a book club of the month type of thing where they had spooky movies. Who knows? But for that one right there, took an offer, $17 free shipping. That's great for a VHS. Next up on A2 and C4 are Royal Halsey teacups. A2, this one. And on C, 1, 2, 3, 4, C4. That is not where it's at. It's on B4. All right. Jen's getting a flogging for this one. Luckily, most of our stuff is open and we can see it, and, you know, mistakes happen. But those two teacups right there, very cool. This one has like a pearlescent interior. It's footed with this unique looking handle and gold trim. And then this one again, footed, pearlescent with the rose inside and double handle, I think is what they call that. Again, a unique handle and gold trimmed. And what I said about teacups, I learned from Nurse Flipper, but I can't learn all the names. I can't put that in my memory. So instead what I did is that just unique in general, like the footed ones like these have value. Is it fantastic, amazing value? No. But I don't have to know all the information. I have to know certain information that makes me able to make profits in categories I know nothing about, like teacups. And the same buyer bought both of those, so you know I love my combined shipping. They said, if I buy both, will you combine the shipping? Of course I will. And so for the pair, $28.98. And when I combined the shipping, I sent them an invoice. And I did not figure out exactly how much it's going to cost me to ship those. Because basically it's going to be the same as if I shipped one. It's going to be the same as shipping two as far as price. But I took a general amount that's going to be close to that. And I rounded up. So I ended up charging $15 shipping. Even though it won't cost $15 shipping. But I make money on the shipping. The shipping discount from eBay pays for shipping supplies. So I can't, or I won't, give them that full discount. That's just not how it works. I still need to get all my profits, all my shipping covered. So $15, they of course found that to be fair, because I think shipping on one of them for that person specifically was already like $12. I don't know where they live, but it was already expensive on their end. So to them, that probably seems like a very fair price. So $28.98 for the pair. I did take an offer on both of them. I ended up countering a offer from them, and she, or I assume she, but it could be a he, they accepted and purchased both. And I paid, I think, $1 for both. I got them in a large lot of stuff. I think I paid about $1. And those I'm not super excited to pack up. If I was more knowledgeable, I probably would have passed on those because the amount of time it takes to pack them is okay compared to how much money I got. But at this point, it doesn't matter, because now with Jen doing listings, and I know I just talked about this last video, but the amount of time I have available for packing is more because listings continue. So I think my stern, you know, packing time needs to come down. I can ease off that a little bit because the listings continue as I'm packing. And then next up, this one's going to take a second. It is Vintage Chubbs Baby Wipes. We need a pink, a blue, an aqua. So we got a pink, aqua, and a blue to start off with. And I do say start off with because there's going to be a few of them. All right, pink, blue, aqua. I hope, yeah, that's got to be the right one. Pink, blue, aqua, a yellow, a lavender, and a green. So a yellow, a... All right, it appears, unfortunately, I think there was an issue with the listing because they purchased colors I don't have. So let me pull the ones I do have and try to figure this out real quick. Okay, so I figured out the issue. What happened is, well, I think, I'm assuming here, but it's the only thing I can think of. When I ended and did sell similar, I'm assuming that because I ended the listing and redid the listing as it originally was, that it's showing the original quantities I had. So I'm actually missing 3 of the 9 Legos they ordered. This person actually, in the week plus we had taken off for making YouTube videos, this person had already bought 5 of these from me. They're going all the way to North Pole, Alaska, which is cool. So I'm going to reach out to them and say, hey, do you want me to just replace the 3 with different colors? Would you like to cancel 3 of them? Something like that. I'll figure that out. Hopefully I can get that taken care of today and pack them up today. But I think that's what happened. I will try to figure that out and look at those details. So beware if you're doing sell similar on a not multi-quantity, but a variant listing where you have different options, different colors, different sizes. If you end and sell similar, I think you're going to have to adjust that listing. So that is a big bummer because for 9 of these Legos, for 9 Lego container baby wipe containers, I got $107.91 free shipping. So, and like I said, this person just bought some from me last week, bought 5 of them for, you know, however that works out to, $60 or something, free shipping. So really a great buy. And that actually will be tip of the day. And the tip of the day, I've used this one before, but it's very important. Same thing kind of with the teacups, is be curious when you're sourcing, because you can't know every niche. You can't know every single expensive thing in each category, but you do have eyes. You can, because what happened with the wipes is I saw somebody selling them on Marketplace and they wanted $40 for them. And I'm like, these are just plastic baby wipes things. Like, how could they be? They're not even worth $40. How could that possibly be? And I was just curious and I looked it up, and I have so far turned $40 into a couple $100. But I don't remember the math. When I got them, I did ran all the numbers, and it was something over, I think it was over $300 for my $40 investment on plastic baby wipes containers. And like the teacups, you don't have to know everything. You have to know some, and then you have to have a general curiosity to pick something up and look it up. You can't do it with every item. You'd run out of time. But for me, if it's interesting or weird, I'm looking it up, because weird sells. I'm telling you, the weirder it is, the more money it's worth. That just seems to be across the board. Maybe because weird is unique, therefore more valuable because there's less of them. I don't know. But be curious. Always be trying to add knowledge. Be adding to your pool of things you know about. Because now, for the rest of my life, I know if I see those baby wipes things, that at a garage sale, people are going to be giving those away. This is going to be in a free box. They're probably going to look gross, but they're plastic, so you can rub them down with rubbing alcohol, clean them real good. As long as they're not actually cracked, you're good to go. But unfortunately, I'll reach out to the buyer. Hopefully she's willing to, and I say she because there's girl in her name, so I'm pretty sure on that one. And hopefully they're willing to let me just replace it with 3 and still move forward. If not, we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. And then I also have to go in and change that listing. But $107.91 for I mean, just nothingness. It will have to get bumped up, I think, to UPS or FedEx just because of the size. But yeah, that's just, I mean, this person's paid $170 for baby wipes containers over the last 2 weeks. I don't know what they're doing with them. I'm kind of curious. Maybe when I talk to this person, maybe I'll go as far as to ask. I don't know. Next thing up, A3 is a Sizzix Tom Holtz alarm clock. This one, right? Ooh, very tiny. It is a alarm clock camera. And again, I don't know what these are. They're stamps or something. I just don't know. Maybe there seems to be multiples. Maybe they're like 3D stickers. I don't know what any of this would be used for, because they keep calling them dies. I don't know. Somebody tell me, because I don't know what these are for, but they're making me money, and I'm happy about that, because for that tiny little one right there, $29.99 free shipping, I paid less than $1. Fantastic. And it sold within a couple days. Speaking of sold in a couple days, also something I'm in love with, B2B Mary Kay Bronze 4. B2B Mary Kay Bronze 4. This one right here. And I have noticed a couple of these are drop shippers. And how I know they're drop shippers is because they say don't put a receipt or any type of invoice in with the package. That's how you know it's a drop shipper. I've said before, I love drop shippers. They give me money. I don't care who buys my things. That does not bother me at all. $24.99 free shipping for that one. I will, of course, double check them before I send them out so I don't make any mistakes. Next up, B3C Mary Kay Beige 402. I know it's this one. It's the only one left in here. I hope it is. Beige 402 right there. And for that one, $30.99 free shipping. And then next up, it's fun to say, on C2, Bezer Whizzer, the game of trivia something. C2 Bezer Whizzer. And this is new in package. You'll see it's got the Meyer sticker. It was $29.99. I think I paid $2 for it. It might have been $3. It's pretty heavy, so actually the shipping is expensive. $21.59 plus shipping. I started a sale this morning, and that was in the sale, so they got 10% off the list price. So I'm guessing it was $24.99, something like that, somewhere in that range, but $21.59 plus shipping. Well, that went as smooth as possible. They answered almost immediately, and they said, no problem, pick any 3 colors to replace it with. And then also, they ended my curiosity, because they, in the same message, said it's for a daycare. So they're shelling out big money for Legos for a daycare. So that's fantastic for me. Still have to go check that listing, make sure it's updated, because I don't want any issues going forward. And I'll have to be careful to not end and sell similar on that listing anymore. All right, another order came in. Next thing going out is a couple CDs. It Had to Be You, which is, it had to be you 1, and it had to be you, I think, 5. Here we go. Rod Stewart. And these are new sealed CDs. Only reason I picked them up is because they were new. Not really worth a ton of money. Listed them $9.99. Got an offer, or I sent out an offer $8.99, and they accepted. Jen, she just came back from lunch and then ran away because I turned the camera on. But she's working on these vintage and antique glasses, and they are worth a surprising amount of money. So that's really fun to get those up and listed and hopefully sold, because listing them's not the fun part. Selling them's the fun part. And then also, I guess I can't really tell you the names of the people that the packages I boxed up are sent out to, but I just happened to notice it was one of those, it's just a weird day. Every single name on those packages I couldn't pronounce without struggling. There was no John Smiths. There were no Sue Johnson, none more of your, Dick and Jane plain type of names. But it was really funny. I said, Jen, check this out. And I started reading through them, and I could not read a single one without 3 or 4 tries. It was just something weird. All right, so I took that stuff off to the post office, just got back, and I guess it's not really weird, but something I haven't done in a long time is the Lego wipes containers. those ended up going parcel select through USPS. But because in general, when something gets above a number 7, 13 by 13 by 9 box, priority box, normally that just means it's automatically going to, for me, jump up to UPS or FedEx. But with it going to Alaska, UPS and FedEx are actually very expensive. It takes a long time before they are cheaper than normal USPS. And so I was about to pay about $42 in shipping for priority mail, and then I scrolled through all my options and went, oh yeah, parcel. And the only reason I was able to do that is because they were individually listed. Each one of the Legos are individually listed for free first class shipping. So at that point, I get to pick whatever service I want because they're going to be over first class poundage, but it doesn't force you into another option. So I was able to, whereas if they had selected priority, I would have been locked into priority, which still would have been better than FedEx or UPS, but I end up saving over $20 with parcel select. But it's a very, very unique situation for that to happen. It's basically got to be it's got to be larger than a normal priority box, normal number 7, or any equal dimensions to that number 7, and then also it has to be going to like Hawaii or Alaska. That's basically the only time I would still use parcel select, because in general the eBay discount makes the parcel select null and void, because they're usually about the same, and you get to use priority boxes. So there's a savings, a major savings, because you don't have to use your own box, and then you get your insurance and your 2-day to 3-day shipping, all that kind of stuff. But it's going to Alaska. It's going to take however long it takes anyways. And now that I'm back, I'm actually testing out a bottle opener juice can open thingy poker. I don't know what you would call this. But either way, I'm testing to see if the handle is Bakelite. And how I go about doing that, there's a couple options. But I just take a normal standard 409. I take a Q-tip. And then what you want to do is first clean the surface a little bit. I took a little Windex and a rag and wiped the surface off just to make sure what you're not getting is just grease, kitchen grease, or whatever happens to be on it from years of existing. And then once you have a clean enough surface, let it dry. Then you come back with the Q-tip with the 409 and rub it vigorously. And then how you know if it's confirmed Bakelite is you will get this yellowing of the Q-tip. And so therefore this is Bakelite, which I was already convinced of. I just test because that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Bonus, this is Bakelite. People sell stuff that's Bakelite constantly without testing it. It is what it is. But me, I test it because it's not that difficult. Now, how accurate that test is, I have no idea. I don't know the science behind it. That's just information I got at some point back down the road, and I have used it going forward, and I haven't had an issue, and it's been consistent. Things that I know are Bakelite, like I've had some dice that 100% I already knew they were Bakelite before I tested them. It worked. So that's my confirmation that it does work. And I've tried it on regular plastics, and it doesn't work on regular plastics. So for me, that's a good enough, that science works for me. So I'll go forward with that. And one last thing before I forget. Hey, Will, what's up? Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.